losing people. Nobody can figure out the calendar any. Since we switched to the Gregorian calendar, we've been having problems.
Well, it's simple. You just have to count odd, even.
Yeah. And that's all I've been talking about. All right, so now that the camera's on, I wanted to say that, this is the first Wednesday of this month. The next workshop will be on the 15th. And this month, since there are 5 Wednesdays, after the next workshop, there'll be a 2-week delay between the workshops, and then we'll come back on the following Wednesday of the first Wednesday of next month. So, so what I'm doing here is this week and next week, I'm trying to create sort of an intellectual arc here. Last week, because we had 2 new people, and I don't, where's Nancy? Just to show you how well we remember these names. Since we have, she walked by the shop the other day too, and looked in the window and saw me teaching, and went, ooh, it's kind of cute. It's like, you are there, you're in the window. I always like when kids walk by and look, and then they see me and they go, Santa Claus. Can I get one of these instruments from Santa? Ain't that time of the year, kid. So I'm trying to create this intellectual arc to finish this, because this material is, this is the whole banana on how to read music using number system or intervals rather than the ABC system. And there are some little quirks that you have to watch out for, but by far it's a whole lot easier than the ABC system. There's little or nothing to remember, and when you do the things you do remember, you use them a lot, so they're always being reinforced. And so there's not a lot here that you have to learn by rote like you do with the other system. You don't have to learn 17 spellings. So every time you want to play a song in a new key, you have to learn a new spelling for it, which means you have to learn each song 17 times. So that's 17 memorizations of a single, heart and soul. Where with the number system, since it's universal and works everywhere equally, you only have to memorize the number pattern once, and you can play that song in any key, anytime, any place, which to me makes a lot more sense. Also, it gives rise to an ability that you cannot do with ABCs easily. When I studied the ABCs in college, I barely made it through college because, folks, I was a terrible speller. Always have been an illiterate genius. An illiterate genius. I can't read and write, but I can read enough that I can work with really heavy ideas in my head. Too bad I went to public school in America and got a bad education. Might have been interesting if I'd enjoyed English. My primary language I still don't understand. Little learn another language would be impossible. So this whole thing about intervals is an easy way to do it, and it also gives you this facility that if you're reading by number, let's say the piece that you're reading is in the key of C, and you have a French horn. Well, and you know how to play in the key of F on your French horn. Well, you can still read that music that's in the key of C, and you can play it in the key of F instantaneously without having to rethink the whole thing. Because if I learn the F scale on my French horn as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's it. I got it. And if I have one fingering pattern on one instrument and can only play one major scale on any one instrument, then everything that we're doing is applicable. So it doesn't matter how complicated the tune is. I don't care if you want to dissect a piece of Brahms or Beethoven or Chopin, or whether you're just taking apart a simple show tune, like, from The King and I or Oklahoma, or whether it's just a tune that's dancing around in your head. It turns out they're pretty much equal. There are just a few eccentricities when we get out of what's called the diatonic scale. Now, we're using the pentatonic scale. And the first thing about this pentatonic scale, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, it's the easiest thing to get in your ear. And it's the easiest thing to learn. And all you need to know to sing any pentatonic scale is to hear one chord. So if you play one chord, the chord has 1, 3, 5 in it, which is part of the pentatonic scale. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 5, 3, 1, 3, 5. So if I get 1, 3, 5, 1, now I can sing a pentatonic scale in that chord. Da 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 da. Let's say we get another note. Da da da. So I sing da 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 da. I got that chord. Da 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 da. Now I can sing a pentatonic scale in that key. So all I need to sing a pentatonic scale is a single major chord. And that major chord, there's 17 spellings, there's 12 different major chords on the keyboard. There's 12 major chords on most instruments. And so there's 12 pentatonic scales that you can sing by hearing a single chord. And that's the way to start melodic ear training. If you want to be able to hear the intervals, start with the major chord and be able to hear that. We'll do a little ear training with that tonight. And then, when you hear a major chord, be able to sing the pentatonic scale in that major chord, and you'll be missing only 2 notes of the diatonic scale, and you'll find that's pretty easy to do. Then, we Westerners are so inundated by the diatonic 7-note scale that adding in the number 4 and the number 7 isn't that much harder. And then some of those of us that have a slightly better ear will be able to sing the 7-note scale. And with the 7-note diatonic scale, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of songs now available to anybody that can be played on any simple diatonic instrument, whether it's a little vibraphone or whether it's poking out on the piano with one finger on the white keys for most of you, or whether it's learning to play a scale on an instrument like the guitar, or just picking up a trumpet and learning to get one scale, or picking up a saxophone and getting one good diatonic scale out of that instrument, you can start reading music from jazz standard books, okay? So let's do a little ear training first. Angie, you want to come on over here? And we're going to sing major chords, and we're going to sing the pentatonic scale, and then just do a little to see if we can, if we're hearing it okay. So let's start with, I have to turn that amp on.
It says it's on.
Okay. And you got the one with the voice? So let's hear first an F chord. And can you hear the root, everybody? Da, 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 I can sing 2 octaves. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 5, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1. Okay, now once you have that, da 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 da, 1, 3, 5, 3, 3, 1. Now you can do the pentatonic scale. Sing along with me. 1,